How do I start doing what you do?
Trust me, you don't want to miss out on any movie on this list. These upcoming movies for 2025 and 2026 are must-sees. From star-studded action thrillers and groundbreaking sci-fi to nostalgic reboots and epic new adventures, the coming years have it all. In the Gray, January 17, 2025. You gotta love it when two jack dudes team up to make some serious moves. Guy Ritchie is finally delivering what fans didn't even know they wanted: a Jake Gyllenhaal and Henry Cavill team-up. We don't have a ton of details about In the Gray yet, just a teaser and a vague logline shown at CinemaCon in Vegas. Richie and Cavill showed up to tease the movie, which seems to be about a crew working in that shady space between criminality and the law. Typical Richie stuff. The trailer that was shown involved Gyllenhaal and Isa Gonzalez, another Richie favorite, staking out a cafe while Cavill talks them through an earpiece. Things go sideways when the cafe turns into a shootout and they have to fight their way out. The goal? To retrieve some cash stolen by criminals. With bad guys, glamorous spots, and Gyllenhaal firing a rocket launcher, it sounds like a wild ride. In the Gray feels like a Richie reunion. Cavill, who appeared in Richie's The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and will be in the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, is back. He's joined by Gonzalez, known for Alita Battle Angel and Baby Driver. Gyllenhaal and Richie previously teamed up for The Covenant, and Jake's been busy with his remake of Roadhouse. Cavill had high praise for Gyllenhaal, saying, "Jake is not only an incredible talent but a wonderful man. I'm hoping we may see both of us on screen more often." Rosamund Pike, fresh off her role in Saltburn, is also in the cast. We don't know much about her character yet, but she did work with Gonzalez in I Care a Lot. The Electric State, March 2025. The Russo brothers' long-awaited sci-fi adventure The Electric State has just secured a PG-13 rating, which means it's one step closer to hitting theaters. The Russos, known for directing blockbuster hits like Avengers Endgame, have been working on this film adaptation of Simon Stålenhag's graphic novel since 2017. Initially, Andy Muschietti was set to direct, but he stepped down, leaving the Russos in charge. After a shift from Universal to Netflix, the film wrapped shooting in early 2023 and had some reshoots this year. Now, it's officially rated PG-13 for sci-fi violence, action, language, and thematic material. In the film, Millie Bobby Brown stars as a young woman traveling across a dystopian America, searching for her missing brother amidst the fallout of a war between humans and robots. Chris Pratt plays a mysterious smuggler who aids her, while Giancarlo Esposito is the antagonist, known as the Marshal, who controls a robotic drone. Ke Huy Quan plays a doctor that Brown's character is desperate to find. Although Michelle Yeoh was originally cast in this role, she had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. Anthony Mackie and Billy Bob Thornton voice robot characters, with Mackie's robot being a sidekick to Pratt's smuggler and Thornton's robot playing a significant role in the Civil War. The Russos are producing with Mike LaRocca, Chris Castaldi, and Patrick Newell, while Marcus and McFeely are executive producers, along with several others. With a budget of around $300 million, similar to Infinity War and The Electric State, it'll be interesting to see if it draws enough viewers to justify the hefty price tag. Minecraft, April 4th, 2025. Minecraft, the hugely popular sandbox game, is finally getting its own feature film thanks to Jared Hess, the writer and director behind Napoleon Dynamite. Although details about the film's plot and how it will integrate with the game's lore are still unknown, we do know the star-studded cast. Jason Momoa will lead the film, and Jack Black is set to play Steve, a key character from the game. The cast also includes Jennifer Coolidge, Matt Berry, Kate McKinnon, Jermaine Clement, Emma Myers, and Danielle Brooks, who will join Black in some musical numbers. Mission Impossible 8, May 23, 2025. Mission Impossible 8, the latest in the action-packed franchise, is set to continue the story of Ethan Hunt. The untitled 8th Mission Impossible film is directed by Christopher McQuarrie, who co-wrote the screenplay with Eric Jendresen. This film serves as a direct sequel to Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1 and marks the 8th installment in the franchise. Tom Cruise returns as Ethan Hunt, continuing his iconic role over 29 years. The film also sees the return of Ving Rhames, Henry Czerny, Simon Pegg, Vanessa Kirby, Esai Morales, Haley Atwell, Shea Wiggum, Palm Clementieff, and Frederick Schmidt. Originally announced as a two-part saga, the project was initially set to be titled Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 2. However, in October 2023, the subtitle was dropped. Filming began in March 2022 across various locations, including the UK, Malta, South Africa, and Norway. The shoot faced delays due to the SAG-AFTRA strike, but resumed in March 2024. Lorne Balfe, who composed for 2 previous films in the series, returns to score this installment. The release date for this highly anticipated film has yet to be announced. The Karate Kid, May 30th, 2025. Filming for the new Karate Kid movie has wrapped up. This film, also known as Karate Kid 2, will be a blend of nostalgia and fresh energy, bridging the gap between the old and new. While the movie could have released sooner, its debut was pushed back to avoid clashing with the final season of Cobra Kai. Jackie Chan and Ralph Macchio will reprise their roles, though Jaden Smith and Taraji P. Henson won't be returning. The plot centers on a Chinese teen who moves to Brooklyn and learns martial arts, mixing elements from the original series and the 2010 remake. Jonathan Entwistle is directing, with Rob Lieber writing the script. Columbia Pictures and Sony Pictures are behind the film, which was shot in Atlanta and Montreal. Filming began in April 2024 and wrapped in June. The film aims to honor the franchise while introducing new elements. Fans are eagerly awaiting to see how Zolo Maraduena will fit into the Karate Kid legacy and what new surprises await. Although it exists separately from Cobra Kai, there's speculation about potential connections or Easter eggs. John Wick presents Ballerina, June 6, 2025. Ballerina is coming soon, and it's going to be a cool neo-noir action thriller. Directed by Len Wiseman and written by Shay Hatton, it's a spin-off and the 5th film in the John Wick series, set between Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. The movie stars Ana de Armas, Angelica Houston, Keanu Reeves, Gabriel Byrne, Lance Reddick, Catalina Sandino Marino, Norman Reedus, and Ian McShane. Ana de Armas plays Rooney, a ballerina assassin out for revenge against those who murdered her family. Sadly, this will be Lance Reddick's final screen role, as it'll be released after his passing in 2025. Lionsgate picked up Hatton's script in 2017, and he ended up working on the scripts for Parabellum and Chapter 4. Len Wiseman came on board as director in October 2019, and Chad Stahelski was confirmed as a producer by May 2020. The film was officially announced in April 2022, with Ana de Armas replacing Unity Phelan from Parabellum. The rest of the cast was confirmed by December 2022, and they started filming in Prague soon after, with some additional action scenes being shot in early 2024. How to Train Your Dragon live action, June 13, 2025. The beloved How to Train Your Dragon franchise is venturing into new territory with its first live-action film. This action fantasy film is directed, written, and produced by Dean DeBlois. It's a live-action remake of DreamWorks Animation's 2010 animated hit, which was based on Cressida Cowell's book series. The film features a cast including Mason Thames, Nico Parker, Nick Frost, Julian Dennison, Gabriel Howell, Bronwyn James, Harry Trevaldwin, and Ruth Codd, with Gerard Butler coming back to reprise his role as Stoic the Vast. The live-action adaptation was announced in February 2023, with DeBlois returning to helm the project and John Powell coming back to create the music, just like in the original trilogy. Thames and Parker joined the cast in May 2023, and more cast details were revealed in January 2024. Filming started in Belfast, Northern Ireland later that month and finished in May. The Naked Gun, July 18, 2025. Paramount is reviving the classic comedy The Naked Gun, and they've tapped Liam Neeson to lead the cast, stepping into the role originally made famous by Leslie Nielsen. Neeson, known for his action roles but also adept in comedy, is set to bring his straight-faced humor to the film. Paul Walter Hauser will play Neeson's partner Ed, and the supporting cast includes Pamela Anderson, Kevin Durand, Danny Houston, Liza Koshy, CCH Pounder, and rapper Busta Rhymes. WWE champion Cody Rhodes will make a cameo appearance. Akiva Schaffer, known for his work with The Lonely Island and films like Hot Rod and Pop Star Never Stop Never Stopping, is directing and co-writing with Dan Greger and Doug Mand, who also worked on Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers. The reboot is set for release on July 18, 2025, and promises to bring plenty of laughs. Avatar: Fire and Ash, December 19, 2025. Avatar: Fire and Ash is going to be the most epic sci-fi film directed, co-written, co-edited, and produced by James Cameron in 2025. It's the sequel to Avatar: The Way of Water and the third movie in the Avatar series. The film stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Sigourney Weaver, Stephen Lang, Giovanni Ribisi, Kate Winslet, David Thewlis, and Una Chaplin. Cameron and John Landau are producing, with Cameron, Rick Jaffa, Amanda Silver, Josh Friedman, and Shane Salerno working on the script. The movie continues the story from the previous films, with familiar faces returning and new characters being introduced by Thewlis and Chaplin. The development of the film faced multiple delays, partly due to the need for new underwater performance capture technology. Filming began alongside The Way of Water in New Zealand in September 2017 and wrapped up in December 2020 after over 3 years. Originally slated for earlier releases, the film has been postponed several times, with the current release date set for December 19, 2025. Additional sequels, Avatar 4 and 5, are also in the works and expected to come out in 2029 and 2031 respectively. Super Mario Bros. 2, April 3, 2026. The logo for the sequel to the Super Mario Bros. Movie has been glimpsed through an IMAX investor presentation. The design mirrors the original film's logo, but features a prominent 2 to denote the sequel. Although this logo hasn't been officially released by Illumination or Nintendo, it offers a sneak peek into the upcoming film, which is set to hit theaters on April 3, 2026. Shigeru Miyamoto has hinted that the sequel will broaden Mario's universe with a bright and fun story, though specific plot details remain unknown. The sequel will see the return of the original voice cast, including Chris Pratt as Mario, Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, Jack Black as Bowser, and Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. There's speculation that the film could introduce new characters and possibly even a new direction within the Mario universe. Chris Pratt has expressed excitement about the possibilities within Nintendo's cinematic world, mentioning the potential to explore stories from various Nintendo franchises. The Mandalorian Grou, May 22, 2026. Directed by Jon Favreau, this film marks the return of Star Wars to the big screen, being the first theatrical release since The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. The story will continue the adventures of Din Djarin and Grogu after the events of The Mandalorian Season 3, where the duo began working with Carson Teva and the New Republic to hunt down the remnants of the Imperial forces following Moff Gideon's defeat. Dave Filoni, who has been deeply involved in Star Wars projects for years, is confirmed as the co-writer of The Mandalorian and Grogu. In addition to serving as one of the film's executive producers, Filoni, now Lucasfilm's chief creative officer, has a rich history with the Star Wars franchise, having worked on The Clone Wars, Star Wars Rebels, The Mandalorian, The Book of Boba Fett, Ahsoka, Tales of the Jedi, and Tales of the Empire. His collaboration with Favreau dates back to The Clone Wars, where Favreau voiced Pre Vizsla, the darksaber-wielding leader of Death Watch. The partnership between Favreau and Filoni has been instrumental in creating the so-called Mandoverse, the interconnected stories set in the post-Return of the Jedi era. Their collaboration began in earnest with The Mandalorian, Star Wars' first live-action series, which became a global phenomenon. They continued to work closely on The Book of Boba Fett alongside Robert Rodriguez, and Filoni took the lead on Ahsoka as showrunner and writer, with Favreau still involved as an executive producer. With The Mandalorian and Grogu, Favreau and Filoni are set to continue expanding the Mandoverse, building on the rich narrative they've developed together. Filoni is also directing his own upcoming Star Wars film set in the same era, and Favreau is expected to play a significant role in that project as well. Their partnership continues to be a driving force behind some of the most exciting new stories in the Star Wars universe. Masters of the Universe, June 5, 2026. He-Man returns to the big screen in this live-action adaptation from Amazon MGM, marking the first film entry in the franchise since 1987. Rising star Nicholas Galitzine has been cast as Prince Adam He-Man, with Riverdale alum Camila Mendez playing Teela, the captain of the Royal Guard. The movie is expected to be an origin story retelling the classic narrative of Prince Adam's transformation into He-Man and his battle against Skeletor. Fans are eager to see Eternia brought to life with modern filmmaking technology, and the nostalgia is strong for this beloved 80s franchise. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem sequel, October 9, 2026. Following the success of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem, the beloved Turtles are set to return on October 9, 2026, with a sequel that promises to build on their fresh take introduced in the first film. The sequel will continue the adventures of Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, and Raphael, voiced once again by Micah Abbey, Shamon Brown Jr., Nicholas Cantu, and Brady Noon. Jackie Chan is expected to return as Splinter, the Turtles' wise and overprotective mutant rat father. Seth Rogen, who co-wrote and produced the first film, is back behind the scenes, and while the title of the sequel remains unknown, Rogen has teased that it will be awesome. The movie is currently in production, with an animatic already completed and CG animation underway. The plot will likely continue from where Mutant Mayhem left off, with Cynthia and Shredder playing significant roles. While Shredder's involvement is almost confirmed, the identity of the actor portraying the iconic villain remains unknown. Cynthia's backstory and motivations will also be further explored, and the movie is expected to delve deeper into her connection with the TCRI and her ultimate goals. The new TMNT TV series on Paramount Plus will bridge the gap between the two films, showcasing the Turtles' growth and preparation for the larger threats they will face in the sequel. With a blend of returning talent, fresh storylines, and an evolving universe, TMNT 2 is shaping up to be a highly anticipated continuation of the franchise. That's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for the latest updates and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.